very clear and apparent. The owners let it be known. We're not doing that $10.5 million cap thing y'all was talking about. Any offer y'all sent with those last two offers, y'all shouldn't have brought it in this meeting. We're not doing a $10.5 million salary cap. We're not doing a 30% revenue sharing. You wasted your time getting on a plane if that's what.
The owners have made it clear they are not agreeing to a $10.5 million salary cap or a 30% revenue sharing deal. At the same time, reports show the players are divided. Some players want to go on strike, while others want to accept the deal and start getting paid. This kind of disagreement is what happens when negotiations break down right in front of everyone.
Via Alexa Philippou, the WNBA and WNBPA met in New York City for about 3 hours today. The player delegation included Nneka Ogwumike, Alicia Clark, Brianna Turner, and Stephanie Dolson. Nafisa Collier and Kelsey Plum had travel issues and didn't make it to New York. Ogwumike and company declined to comment on the PA's way out.
The meeting lasted 3 hours. WNBA players and league owners met face-to-face in New York City on Monday. The players were represented by stars like Nneka Ogwumike, Kelsey Plum, and Brianna Stewart. This was the meeting the players had been asking for over several weeks. They wanted NBA Commissioner Adam Silver involved and asked to negotiate directly with the owners instead of Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. They got the meeting they wanted, but it went very badly. According to several ESPN sources, the owners immediately rejected the players' proposal. There would be no $10.5 million salary cap and no 30% revenue sharing. The owners made their position very clear. If the players came expecting those terms to be accepted, the meeting was a complete waste of time.
Very clear. Let me see this right here. That the players, they was doing this whole we're on one front. We're all agreed and we're all in for everything. We're on the same page. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. And now it's coming out that the owners they stood their ground in this meeting, and the players are now.
This is where things get complicated. For months, the WNBA Players Association has publicly shown unity. They've said they stand together, won't back down, and are ready to strike if needed. On the surface, it looks like complete solidarity. But behind the scenes, that unity is cracking. ESPN reports there is serious debate inside the 7-member executive committee itself. This isn't just disagreement among regular players, it's division at the very top of the union. Some leaders believe this is the moment to push hard for major changes to revenue sharing and refuse any more compromises. Others think the players have already made big progress and are closer to a deal than they realize. In simple terms, some want to strike, some want to sign a deal, and the owners are fully aware of that split. Now think about what this means strategically. The players spent months building leverage. They approved the option to strike, made their demands public, and pushed hard for a direct meeting with the owners. They believed they were in a strong position. But the owners called their bluff. And now, internal disagreements are starting to leak to the media. That's not an accident. When a negotiating position weakens, information starts coming out. Sources begin talking, and the cracks become visible. After Monday's meeting, Nneka Ogwumike walked out and refused to comment. That silence says a lot. When negotiations are going well, union leaders are quick to tell the media about progress. When talks go badly, all you hear is, no comment.
That some of y'all don't. It's clear. So there seems to be a real divide amongst the players here. And let's be real, am I surprised? No. Not surprised by this. We're not surprised by this. At the end of the day, these players have done everything they can to push the fans away and all of this stuff. And now, you got Nneka Ogwumike saying she has no comment on the situation.
Now let's talk about the money, because this is where the conflict becomes obvious. Under the current CBA proposal, top players could earn between $400,000 and $500,000 per season. For most WNBA players, that's life-changing money. It means financial stability and the chance to stop playing overseas during the off-season. But here's the issue: a strike doesn't affect everyone the same way. Star players like Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier are involved in Unrivaled, a new 3-on-3 league that pays strong salaries and even offers ownership stakes. Other players, like Nneka Agwamike and Kelsey Mitchell, have deals with Project B, another alternative league. These players have income outside the WNBA, so they can afford to miss a season. Now think about the rest of the league. Players like Sophie Cunningham and many mid-level players don't have million-dollar endorsements or ownership in new leagues. For them, turning down a $400,000 salary to go on strike makes no sense. They need the money, and they want to play.
Y'all thought Adam was going to bend the knee and allow the other owners to go into a $700 million hole for y'all? Absolutely not, man. Are y'all crazy? This is crazy. The WNBA and WNBPA met for 3 hours. The players, so Nneka was there, Alicia Clark was there, Brianna Turner was there. Can we please get Brianna Turner off the Indiana Fever? Please get this lady off the Indiana Fever. Steph Dolson.
The owners understand this situation very well. They know the union is not as united as it claims. They also know that the longer there is no deal, the more players will start wondering if a strike is really worth it. The owners are also aware that players like Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier could actually benefit from a WNBA shutdown because it would bring more attention and talent to the Unrivaled league. That's why the owners took such a firm stance in Monday's meeting. They're not negotiating with a united group. They're negotiating with a divided group that has different interests. And they're betting that the players will give in before the owners do. The players wanted this face-to-face meeting because they believed talking directly to ownership would change everything. They thought Adam Silver would step in to help them. They believed the NBA owners would be more supportive than Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. They were wrong. The NBA owners are not going to put their franchises $700 million in debt just to meet the players' demands. That's not how business works. That's not how negotiations work. And the players just learned that lesson the hard way.
To get there, and you see, shout out to my boy Shane GT, man. We gotta go live. He said WNBPA has horrible representation. Look, probably for the best fee didn't make it. She's not exactly disciplined in her messaging. So the delegation was made up of, in the grand scheme of things, nobody that has a following or even a big name, just people you would pass on in the street and not even recognize. Smart. Yeah, so that's what it is, man. But get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think.
Caitlin Clark said it publicly weeks ago. Both sides need to compromise and get this done. She wasn't talking to the owners. She was talking to the players' union. She understands something the executive committee seems to be missing. The WNBA's leverage is not unlimited. Yes, the league is growing, but it still isn't profitable. TV ratings are up mainly because of a few star players, not because the entire league is equally popular. If those stars sit out a season, there's no guarantee fans will come back. The players point to record viewership as proof they deserve more money. The owners are looking at the actual numbers. Revenue is rising, but so are costs. Expansion teams require huge investments. New media deals are being discussed, but nothing is final yet. The players want to be paid based on future projections. The owners want to pay based on current revenue. That's the core disagreement. Now the clock is ticking. Training camps start in just a few weeks. Teams need finalized rosters. Sponsors and TV partners need to know if there will even be a season. Every day without a deal weakens the player's position, because more players start doing the math. For most players, the choice is simple. Around $400,000 for 5 months of work, or $0 while hoping a strike forces the owners to give in. That's an easy decision for many. The union approved the option to strike, but a strike only works if most players follow it. If even 20 to 30% of players decide to play anyway, the strike collapses. The union breaks apart, and the players lose leverage. Now the executive committee is stuck. They pushed for maximum demands, raised expectations, and went public with their frustrations. But the owners aren't backing down. The leaders now have two bad options: accept a compromise and look weak, or follow through on a strike that could split the union and undo years of progress. The owners know this. That's why they took such a hard stance in Monday's meeting. They're no longer trying to negotiate, they're forcing the players to choose. Take the deal, or gamble on a strike that might not hold together. The most frustrating part is that the owners are probably right. The WNBA has real momentum right now. Caitlin Clark's rookie season brought massive attention. Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, and other rookies pulled in new fans. Ratings were up everywhere. This is the best moment to build on that success. A strike would kill that momentum. It would turn a growth story into a labor dispute. Casual fans would tune out and may never come back. And it would give more power to alternative leagues like Unrivaled, which want to position themselves as the future of women's basketball. The players thought they had leverage. They believed sold-out arenas and high ratings gave them the upper hand. But leverage only matters if you're willing to use it, and the owners don't believe the players are willing to miss a season. After Monday's meeting, union leaders gave no comments. Within hours, reports about internal divisions leaked. The face-to-face meeting didn't bring unity, it exposed how divided the players really are. Now the players have to answer one big question, and they have to answer it fast. Are they willing to sacrifice an entire season for a better deal? Are they willing to risk their income, their careers, and the league's momentum for a few extra percentage points of revenue sharing? The owners have made their position clear. They aren't going into massive debt to meet these demands. The decision is now in the players' hands. They can accept the deal, which is a clear improvement over the current agreement. Or they can strike and hope the union stays united long enough to force change. But if even a small number of players choose to play instead of strike, everything falls apart. That Monday meeting was supposed to be a breakthrough. Instead, it backfired. The owners didn't budge, the divisions went public, and now the players are running out of time and options. So what happens next? Do the players take the deal, or do they risk everything on a strike? This story is about to move very fast.